Events leading up to the Revolutionary War, Part 2. The Boston Massacre. In 1770, the colonists remained angry that British troops were living in their towns and cities. They thought that the soldiers were rowdy and rude. The relationship between the soldiers and the colonists worsened. Tensions were high, especially in the city of Boston. A crowd grew in front of the customs house over disputes of taxes. The crowd kept taunting the soldiers. No one knows what happened next, but the soldiers fired their rifles onto the crowd, killing 5 people and wounding 6 others. The Boston Tea Party. In response to the Boston Massacre, Parliament repealed all the taxes on the colonies, except for the tea. Many colonists boycotted it because of the tea. If the colonists wanted tea, they had no choice but to buy it through the East India Company. Again the colonists protested, and on December 16, 1773, a group of men dressed as Mohawk Indians boarded the ships in Boston Harbor. They opened and dumped 342 chests of tea in 3 hours. The Intolerable Acts. After the Boston Tea Party, Parliament passed several laws called the Coercive Acts. The British wanted to coerce or force the colonists to obey British law. Many colonists could not tolerate or accept these harsh laws, hence the name the Intolerable Acts. One law, the Boston Port Act, closed Boston Harbor. No ships were to enter or exit the Boston port until the colonists paid for the lost tea. Some people feared Boston would starve. The First Continental Congress met in 1774 to discuss their complaints about Great Britain. The angry delegates agreed to fight against the Intolerable Acts. King George III. King George III was the king of Great Britain for 61 years. He first took the throne when he was at the age of 22 years old. He ruled with an iron fist. He refused to listen to the colonists' concerns and frustrations. He did not believe that they had any right to protest against his actions. King George III had set Great Britain on a collision course with the American colonies. He would never give in to them. This attitude would lead to a break between the colonies and his nation.